You're going up. Hi guys. I know I shouldn't say hi guys. It's very quiet down here. There's no one around. There's no one here. Oh, but hang on. There's Kiki.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right. And
Nanny Di!
see what you heading?
Nanny Di's
Who's
here!
that?
Yay! It's my birthday soon, subs. I bet you can't believe it that it's me. I can't believe it that it's me.
When's it your birthday?
Tomorrow, 12 o'clock.
I didn't. No one told me that.
Yeah, don't be silly.
Can you believe that the day that you're allowed to come falls on your birthday?
It is pretty.
That's pretty good, isn't it? It's almost like it was designed for you.
I know. Oh, subs, I've missed you so much.
Go to the loo and come back and join us.
Okay. They're all going up. I never know.
Look, Nanny Di. Hi, Nanny Di.
Hi.
Is it nice to not be sat there trying to fervently type?
Yes. My machine never
You
works.
found emojis though.
No, I didn't. It's because I couldn't get the things. It was just
Accidental emojis.
accidental.
Oh, Kukana. They've been watching The Servant.
It's very good. Did the subs
So
know how
good.
good it
Yeah,
is?
well, we have to. I know that, sweetie.
Oh, no, how it's sweet.
Everyone's busy in the world of social distance and bubbles and all that kind of stuff. Hi everyone. Yeah, she's coming back. She's popping to the loo. She's been sat there for ages. Can you believe it? Just can't believe it. She's back. Dat Cat, Joanna Clements, Radha Kaur, Nicola Straw, Denise Lamb, Andy, Donna Coop, Jackie Volino, Faith Goodman, Luke Green, Julia White, Abigail Garner, Claire Ross Reed, hello, Claire Malin, yippee, Leslie S, Nanny Di is back. Right, let's pull you uppity tootar. It is nice for us all to be reunited, isn't it? It's lovely. Nadia is upstairs, just relaxing. We've all had quite a busy day actually today. It's been very busy. I don't know if anyone managed to catch my Facebook live, did they? With I think it's a closed account, private account, so maybe you couldn't. But it was a very meaningful 1.5 hour chat about sobriety, basically. See you tomorrow, Mark. Okay, Unicorn Girl 2020, where are you off to? Come back. Nadia's in bed. That's probably why Unicorn 2020's gone. Today would have been my dad's 78th birthday. Oh, Sharona. So sorry to hear that. We lost him 2 years in August. Very moving days when you know it's someone you've lost's birthday. Nadia, come back down. Yeah, she's lounging around. Now, whilst you're here, Nanny Di, take a seat and talk to the subs. Take a seat, yeah.
Oh, wow, this is so weird.
It is, isn't it?
Instead of me seeing it, when I get home and look back at this, I'll be here. Subs! Which seat, love?
The one that Nadia takes.
The one with the arms?
Big one.
Yeah.
So this is from one of our lovely subs, Sandy.
Oh, no way!
Take a seat and open it.
Is there a cushion? Sorry. Oh,
Why
this
don't
is
you sit in there?
beautiful!
Open it up.
Oh, thank you. Have you seen this thing that they got me? It's really weird.
It's
stuff.
so good. It's
You
got
put it on
such
and
a-
it's just, you look like a telly. I look like a
It's an
telly.
Udi.
Hello!
Look at that. It's Nanny Di.
sort
Oh,
of
look,
time
everyone's
lag,
going
isn't there?
Nanny Di. Hey.
Oh, bless you. Oh, look, Nanny Di. I don't know why my voice is so squeaky,
Did
guys.
you ever think you'd be known as a nanny?
Never.
Did you just think you'd be known as that? Come and stare.
No, I never did, but I must admit, I quite like it now.
Do you?
I have got used to the Nanny Di.
Tell you what.
Look how many, God, look how, God, I wonder what a black flag means to. That's about
Black
it.
flag?
I don't know, there were loads of black flags, maybe that means,
What does black flag mean?
I don't know. Loads of hearts though.
Oh, right. Where are the black flags?
No, don't, in case it's
Where?
there.
Hello, Nanny Di from Glasgow. Flags
Oh,
are-
from Glasgow.
Look at this.
That
From-
is beautiful.
That's so Nanny Di.
Oh,
Xander, if you're
wow.
there, she's loving that.
Guy, let me say thank
Say
you
it
to
to Xander Gibb,
Xander Gibb. Why can't I look straight at the screen and do
because
it?
it's up there.
Oh, up there.
Go on.
Thank you so much,
Xander.
Xander Gibb.
Yeah.
It's absolutely me. It's beautiful.
Oh, it is, isn't it?
It's like the sea.
It's so you.
It's so me.
There
I'm
you
gonna
go,
wear
look,
it over
it's
my
on.
head.
It's on.
It's on. Oh, I love it.
So glad you like it, he says. There you go. Hey,
Oh,
isn't that
it's
lovely?
beautiful. Thank
So
you.
here's Nanny Di. So what have you been up to, Mum?
Well, there's been a thing called lockdown.
What's that?
Well, it was a really important thing and I couldn't come.
Yeah.
And all I could do was go to the shop and queue up outside Tesco's for hours and hours and hours until they took pity on me and made me go to the front of the queue.
Have you been having a nice time in lockdown? Did things resolve themselves with your neighbour? I'm talking like I haven't spoken to her. I'm pretending to talk to her as if it's the first time for you guys.
Yeah.
Is he gone?
He's gone back to work.
Oh, that's good.
He went very early.
Oh,
in
good.
fact.
Oh,
yeah,
good.
Yeah.
Did you catch me on Facebook today?
No.
No, I'm joking.
Oh.
You can't catch me on Instagram.
No.
So, yeah, so what else has been going on for you, Mum?
Well, I've been watching a lot of your things.
Watching a lot of our content. You come on here, don't you, quite a lot?
I do when I can.
How's Forky?
Shut up. Actually, they're in each other's arms
Are they?
tonight. Yeah, I took their masks and gloves off.
So do you make your small figures sort of homely when you're not there?
No, I don't usually, but I knew you'd ask me this, so I thought I'd do it just for you.
I think you need to start taking photos again. Does anyone remember the photo slideshow we did of Nan's, of my mum's
It really
Forky
does make me
photos?
seem like I've lost my marbles.
You
But
do a bit.
Subs, I have lost my marbles a bit.
Have you?
What do you know what this evening was like? I couldn't remember anything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's... Yeah, I mean, maybe you're just... You mean literally, is Forky gay, Sandra Gibbs?
No, it's not. No, I just mean in a companionable way.
How's Duke Kaboom or whatever
Forky
his
fell into Duke Kaboom's arm.
Oh.
Because Duke Kaboom fell off the fridge. I can't believe I'm having this conversation. This is ridiculous.
Has
I'm an
Walter
intelligent
White-
woman.
have you found
I'm an
Walter White's
intelligent woman
glasses?
who reads books.
I know.
And I'm talking about... No, I haven't, and that's a bit worrying,
It is,
isn't it? Yeah.
Well, we've got two films that we're going to watch for Nanny Di's birthday, because she's a big film fan. She's a popcorn junkie.
Of course
So
I
we're going to
am.
watch The King of Staten Island tomorrow,
Which sounds really cool.
and the new Spike Lee film,
Oh, that will be
The
good.
Five Bloods.
That will
Yeah,
be very
yeah.
good.
So that'll
Look
be
at
good.
all these emojis, rainbows.
I know,
everything.
isn't that lovely?
I wish I could get an emoji that I wanted to get rather than just
Yeah.
a load of... Oh, look, I've missed you so bad, somebody says.
Yeah, everyone has. What do you think
Oh,
about that?
bless.
Well, we're going to talk about that actually now.
What are we
So
gonna talk about?
protests today. So, Mum, you came through a part of town, didn't you?
Yes.
Did you feel any sense of the protests or the struggles going on in town today? Apparently, it was carnage on the South Bank.
Yeah, well, there were a lot of police going into town, past me, into town.
Were there?
Yeah, and...
These are some of the images from
let's
from
have a
today.
look.
If you go to the if you go to the Apple News, Sky News, but there's some horrendous scenes actually of.
Why the South Bank? Is that because
I
of
don't
the-
know. It's really odd. Yeah, but look. I mean, if you look here, you can see footage. This is in Trafalgar Square.
Yeah, which was
You
because
can
of...
see. Look, you see. Look, these are I think the far right protesters attacking the police.
Yeah.
This is all on Sky News. There were protests in your town as well, Xander. Look, they're throwing kind of bangers and stuff at the police.
Yeah.
But then there were also instances where
Ooh, black police officer, that must have been
where
difficult.
BLM protesters had to rescue a far right protester who got beaten up quite badly. But then look at these images from Hyde Park. I mean, these are scenes that we haven't seen. Look, there's scenes of everyone being sort of charging through Hyde Park.
Yeah.
Police forcing them through.
Are these...
These are all from today.
Yeah, but which side are we on?
This
which side are the
is-
protesters on?
This is,
Here.
I don't know, it's not very clear, is it? Just
No,
says
it's
demonstrators. Oh, I think they're the far right. Generally the crowds with all the white people are the far right.
Because what they were told, weren't they, that they were trying... I mean, all I heard on the news was that they were going to try and keep the two lots separate.
Yeah, and they didn't.
Oh, and they didn't?
They haven't managed to. No, they infiltrated and they intercepted. And but again, there have been curious moments of extraordinary generosity from well, certainly from the BLM side towards the far right. So
In what way?
Well, insofar as a number of far right people were injured or got trapped on the wrong side, and before they got beaten up, the Black Lives Matter protesters rescued them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So.
Because, I mean, there might have been a lot... No, I can't believe there would be a lot of right-wing people who were just there sort of like... my mother protesting about the statues, the covering up of the statues.
I think you have to, yeah. Well, I mean, a number of people were saying on our live here. Does anyone think that there would have been a number of protesters there who were just protesting about statues and tradition and all of that? I think I think. Oh, you did, Sir Gabrielle. You did see my sober session. Thank you. I hope it was useful and interesting. Yeah, I mean, I think there were a lot of people are saying yes. I think there were some.
Okay.
Obviously, always the news headlines always home in on the terrible bits.
Oh, they do. They do. Yeah, absolutely.
And it is a bit frustrating because, of course, no protesters, all those things. I mean, I was there in the poll tax riots when it went absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
What was I going to say? I was going to ask you something actually. What were your feelings about the whole church, or what are your feelings about the statues thing?
Well, the statues, I sort of in a way couldn't be less interested in. But I do think what the Mayor of London did in the end was the right thing to do.
What, to sort of do
covering it up,
right?
And then they can decide later whether they want to put it in a museum or not.
What do you think about the Tate potentially changing its name?
Well, that's quite a big one.
Yeah.
People don't realise that.
And they're considering it, the committee is considering it. Yeah.
I mean, I knew that from a while ago that Tate were responsible for. Well, it's sugar, isn't it? So of course it's going to be slavery.
Boris Johnson's coming under fire.
Well, Boris Johnson keeps changing his mind. That's why.
What's your take on Boris at the moment? Apparently, he tousles his hair on purpose before he comes out.
He probably
to look
does.
sort of. Apparently, an article's been dug up by him in which he says that colonialism in Africa should never have ended.
No, he couldn't have said. It's not that stupid.
In the Spectator, the continent may be a blot, but it's not a blot upon our conscience. The problem is not that we were once in charge, but that we were not in charge anymore.
No, I don't believe he said that.
He still holds. The critics are urging Mr. Johnson to reveal whether he still holds the opinion that he wrote in the Spectator magazine.
He probably wrote that when he was about 18.
Right. Okay. So you think that if he may himself be sort of reformed?
I just don't think he would be that silly to say that. Because it's clearly just silly, and although he does a lot of stupid things.
I love my mum's generation. It's like it's just silly. We'd sit here, wouldn't we, all of us, going, "Oh well, what an arse! Why did he say that? What is it?" But it's just silly.
I don't like Boris though, Stubbs, for the simple reason that when he was, he was mayor of London for two sessions.
You were more anti him as mayor of London than I was.
I was more anti him than a lot of people.
I found him very entertaining.
He did nothing for London except have contracts with masses and masses of big architectural firms, make masses of money.
A lot of Chinese
He did a
firms,
Donald
actually.
Trump, actually.
He did.
Actually did a Donald Trump on
to
London.
get building.
He did.
Is that all those buildings around you that dwarfed your little council flat?
Yes, and did nothing that you could actually say was for London's benefit, except for Boris buses and Boris bikes.
Yes.
Well, even the buses he had to send back, I think.
Well, he did, because people kept dying on the bendy buses.
Yeah,
People
something
getting
went wrong with the
trapped in the
bendy
middle.
buses. Yeah. So when he first came, I didn't have much time for him at all. And then I got very sorry for him when he got the virus.
Well, I think we all did. I think he had us all in the palm of his hands.
Oh, he shouldn't. Yes, and as you said at the time, well, if you can't
Can't keep us there.
No, when something that serious happens.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so
a couple of people, and one has to tread very carefully with this topic, but a number of
course.
people are asking for your opinion on the J.K. Rowling drama. Are you aware of it? Have you read
I
fully?
am. That's a really difficult one.
It is a difficult one, isn't it? I think, if you don't mind me kind of giving a party line on that as a channel,
Yeah, do.
I find it very disappointing that you can't air any opinions without worrying that you're going to be characterised as something you're not.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think it's really dangerous when free speech around things. Nothing J.K. Rowling was saying was hate speech. I think she made the point, and I think it's a very valid one, without going into the details of what she said. But she said clearly one can't have a nuanced discussion.
No.
And I think the word nuanced, if people don't know what that means and they're getting really cross about it, they need to look up what that means, because I don't think she was saying anything massively awful. I don't think, I think there are many, many parts of her debate and things that need to be talked about, and they need to be talked about without mass hysteria. That's what I feel.
Yeah.
Free speech, not hate speech. And I think free speech is about everyone, at the end of the day, it's a very confusing and new thing. And if it's a confusing and new thing for people who are of that community, it's also a confusing and new thing for people not of that community. And so, I think we need to all be a bit more tolerant of us all finding our feet with the right way to discuss it without saying you can't discuss it.
Yeah, generally are people, is that what
I don't know, we haven't really talked about it.
Okay.
And the reason we haven't talked about it is it's one of the very few topics. It's one of the very few topics.
I do know this, actually.
In fact, it's probably even more so than issues around race, where to go near it, you run the risk of a terrible tirade of abuse.
You do. You do.
And I think that
And
is
that's what
really
happened to
dangerous.
her,
And that's
I
what's
think.
happened to her, I think.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
so that's kind of my opinion and our opinion. I mean, I do know that the lesbian and gay community, though, do have some very detailed kind of feelings about that. I mean, I know you and Liz did, but we won't
Yeah,
go into
no,
that.
we did, and probably still do. But
Yeah.
I know enough about the whole thing to be careful of.
Yeah, exactly.
What I would say.
And the other big news tonight, what do you make of this, is that in Beijing,
I know.
Beijing district is in wartime emergency after virus cluster. Now, there's a number of things about this.
Well, one of them is that we've only just. I'm here for the first time tonight. And
Yeah.
suddenly everybody's saying, you know.
Well, they are, but I mean, I think, again, this is where the news flow and the headlines generate stress rather than meaning.
Very
And
true.
Beijing, it says,
Important
yeah,
one.
Beijing district in wartime emergency. Okay, well, we've got a cluster, not surprisingly around a wet market or a market of sorts in Beijing, and they've clamped down on it almost immediately. So, you know, okay, it does beg the question, why aren't China changing whatever the conditions are in
practices.
these markets
Yeah.
that is allowing these things to happen? So, you know, I mean, whether it's a second wave, 45 people out of 517 tested positive. Put that in perspective, 45 in a country of however many billion. I mean, you know, it's just, I just think we have to take everything with a pinch of salt. All I do know is that,
Yeah, it's true.
you know, the numbers are going down in certain areas in the UK. I know they're very high in, aren't we at 1.1 the R rate or something in the southwest of England?
I've lost track with the air. I know it's
Yeah.
changed with all the areas.
I mean, I think
now.
we're very lucky in that London seems to be okay. And I think the best news is that we're not seeing a sort of uptick from the VE Day celebrations and all that kind of stuff.
No. Because the other thing was that they were saying there would be a difference because of the demonstrations that people were so together. That
Look, here's
it
a
would be-
chap saving someone from the Black Lives Matter.
Oh my
There's a photo here.
goodness.
If you go to the Independent newspaper online, there's a photograph of a Black Lives Matter protester with sort of semi-balaclava, and he's rescuing a far-right protester and carrying him to safety.
I wonder even if some of the far right, well, they're being characterised as all far right, but I know there were an awful lot of football people who, in terms of what the news was saying this morning, didn't seem to have anything to do with Black Lives Matter or not, but to do with wanting to have a bit of a fight, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, how can that be characterised as anything?
I don't know.
Except...
Yeah, no, I don't know. I know the Madeleine McCann story has been really affecting you, hasn't it? In the last couple of weeks.
A lot. Yeah.
But it doesn't feel, I don't feel like, I mean, they seem to know so much but can't say anything.
Yeah, well, it's really funny because, you know, Maddie gets cross in a way because she doesn't, she says it's a long time ago and she...
Well, she feels that
she thinks it's a distraction from, BLM.
Well,
after, you know, sort of thinking about things that she'd said to me in text and that, and because we were talking about it, and I started to think maybe Maddie's right, because suddenly it was everywhere for 2 days when the protests were at their height, and then suddenly it's gone away again. So maybe it was a distracting.
I know what you mean. It does seem odd, especially as when you drill into it. It's like we're not being given any new information.
No.
They knew it all before.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't get it at all.
No,
people asking if you're having, on your birthday, what have you requested to eat?
Oh, Full Block Men Called Joe. No, what's it called?
4 blokes called Jim.
What's it called?
5 guys.
5 guys.
I always
Joe.
want to call it. No, there's just 5 guys.
Oh, it's just
you're
5
thinking of the
Jim.
musical.
Oh, am I?
5 guys called Mo.
Oh, 5 guys called Mo.
No, it's just called 5 guys.
Oh, 5 guys.
No, it's 4 women.
No, apparently I
3
have.
chimps.
Apparently I have actually been to their restaurant.
You
The
have.
girls'
We took you to the one next to the Picture House Central.
Did I actually have anything to eat?
5. You did. No, you never do.
No, I very rarely do. But what made me want to ask for this was when Nadia did it for you guys.
How good did it look?
It looked incredible, and I like she said, sorry, what do you call that? A nudge, nudging him was when all the background people were all going,
Hey, we'll do that for you tomorrow as well.
Yeah, you've got to do that. Yeah. It's very, very.
Oh, it's
so
lovely
nice
being
to be
here.
back.
Yeah.
Subs.
Well, that's the news really for tonight. And there's Nanny Di, isn't it?
I
Nice
know.
to have her back.
And it's, as we were saying earlier, because Mark, in one of his more serious modes, was asking me if it seems an incredibly long time. In some ways, it seemed to go quickly. It's a real
Yeah, what was the phrase you said? It was a good one.
Yeah, I don't know. Somebody said it that I can't remember.
Miss One Trisha was saying, how long is Nanny Di staying with you? Green-fingered hell, please.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, Nanny Di pulled me up. We have already shot a green-fingered hell because, of course, Nanny Di was allowed to visit the garden.
Yeah, and you did the whole thing of me coming in through the side gate.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm thinking, where the hell was it?
Yeah, and I haven't
Hasn't had a chance
literally haven't
yet.
had a chance to edit it, but I'm probably going to try and pump one up tomorrow. I'm ahead of the game with the Sunday show. We're going to film all the little bits, get it out as early as possible, and then, of course, Nanny Di will stumble down the stairs. I'm looking forward to that. First phrase of your 8th decade.
No, 70.
It's your start of your 8th decade.
No.
Yeah, on the first day of the
worse.
start of your 8th decade, I'm going to ask you how did you sleep?
And of course it will be
terribly, terribly. At which point we'll know that the freezer is now empty of
because I've
all
come down.
confectionery.
Yeah, no, I've been trying to break that habit.
Let's have a look at some of the messages from people here. Great sound effects on the Five Guys vlog. It was, wasn't it? Mark, you have lots of toilet paper for Nanny Di. We do. We have boxes and boxes. In fact, let me just make sure you're equipped for upstairs. You can read some of the comments there if you want.
Oh yeah, okay. Hold on. They go up too fast. Nanny Di, please stay. Hold on. It's my birthday. Oh, it's somebody's fan. Oh, I can't keep up, guys. Guys, how did Mark and Nadia keep up? Holly. Now, isn't Holly somebody?
Holly's our immunologist.
Yeah, that's right. She's
Mum,
just
what
gone
are you
up.
going to do?
I don't know.
Look,
What is it?
there's no toilet rolls in it.
Oh, you idiot. You
What's
haven't
that
got toilet rolls. He's
Let
an
me help.
idiot, isn't he?
Happy birthday, Nanny Di, Catherine Louise.
Thank you.
Have you got any midnight stacks, Gabrielle?
They've always got some ice cream and stuff.
Nanny Di, have you hugged your boy?
I
Claire Reed?
have, and the girls have hugged me and everything. It's very sweet.
Does Nanny Di know Mark said she's getting more conservative as she gets older?
I know, I'm very cross about that. But I suppose that's a truism with old people.
It is a
isn't
bit, yeah. Matt
Yeah.
Goes Styles, thanks for mixing it. Lorna Shanahan Towel, happy birthday for tomorrow.
Oh, thank you. That's a good
Shelley
name,
Moss,
isn't it?
nice to see you, Nanny Di. Shelley did
Oh.
some of our questions one night, as did
Oh,
Claire Ross Reed.
brilliant.
Emma Staple, I love that we class Holly as our own. Faith Goodman, Mark and Nanny Di, what do you recommend to watch on Amazon Prime or Netflix? Faith Goodman, you have to watch all 3 series of Ozark.
Yes.
Check out the series Bloodlines. Check out the series You. You quite enjoyed You, didn't you?
Yeah, especially the
Especially,
second
I thought the
series.
second series was better.
Yeah,
actually, as well.
especially the
Yeah.
second series.
Amazon Prime, I'm not so au fait with, if I'm honest. I don't feel they've had any real. I started, what was that awful Fairyland one with Orlando Bloom? Oh, Carnival Row? It wasn't very good.
Oh, okay.
Please do a series of history videos with your girls on Nanny Di in which you discuss interesting movies, docs, books, articles on different topics, e.g. Civil War, BAME. God, that sounds
Blimey.
lovely. We could set up a sort of homeschooling. We did a bit of a chat about, early this morning we were talking about history and how you used to go on marches and they used to have signs that said Herstory.
Yeah,
and the,
yeah, that's
and the
true.
idea that the reason, you know, there is a difference between, you know, people were saying, but English history isn't black history, and I was like, yeah, but that's not because there wasn't black history, it's because
Yeah.
it just wasn't recorded.
No,
You see
exactly.
what I mean? And
Exactly.
so I think that would be Lucy Rose. Lost you, Lucy Rose. Lucy Rose, where have you gone?
Lovely names people have got. Ashley gone.
Sue Johns,
James
we love
Hill.
you, Di. Missed you, Di.
Oh.
Have a great day, Di. Oh, look,
Oh.
Ashley Gardner, who's one of our dear loyal fans,
Oh,
tearing
okay.
up seeing Nanny Di. So happy she's back where she belongs, and you were brilliant on Facebook today. Thank you,
Oh.
Ashley. Eternally supportive. You've got your thing from Xander.
Which is
Yeah, Star Trek Picard on Amazon, as Xander's saying, is good
Yeah.
to watch. Mr. Robot on Prime. I'm just not a fan of the guy from Bohemian Rhapsody. He's a Mr. Robot, isn't he?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
I'm not
know.
a fan of. Are you going to do any gardening? Do you think on your birthday?
Oh,
Or
no,
you
I
just-
definitely am.
Or are you going to just
Go
kick back with your feet up?
You're going on too
Sorry.
fast. Yeah, no, I'll definitely do something for Green Fingered Hell
Oh,
tomorrow.
okay.
Mark's got lots of new
Pants. We've got loads of new
guys,
pants.
and I can't wait to have a look at them properly and get stuck in. Well, at least put a couple in somewhere.
Yeah,
that's
even
really-
even if it's somewhere vaguely in the garden.
No, exactly. I wonder what the weather's going to be like. Has it said?
It hasn't said, but
No,
I think
never
it's
mind.
going to be all right. I think it's
Raining
gonna-
in Scotland and nice down here.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
what they always say.
That's what they always say. Janice Muir, shout out.
It's somebody's birthday today, Francesca.
Yeah, all it was. Yeah.
Just, yeah.
Dear Delara, dear, I hope you stay longer this time, Nanny Di. We've really missed you.
Oh.
Nanny Di looks tiny in that chair, Ashley. Joyce Price, I'm so glad you are here and happy for you. Mark, your Facebook was good.
Oh.
Claire Ross Reed, loved your Sober Dave session. Thank you very much. If you go over, I think the Sober Sessions is on YouTube. They do upload it to YouTube, so you can go and check it out. It was a really great bunch of people and a very intimate little chat just about being sober.
Oh, there was somebody that just went up there saying they loved a glamping vlog.
Oh, God.
And that was seemed to be the start of it all.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, what the ones in...
the wheelbarrow. Well, that's the only time we've ever done that.
They've asked us if we want to go back. We might go back.
Oh, it would be
go
brilliant.
back, yeah.
It would be brilliant.
It would be brilliant.
Wouldn't it?
So, guys, we're going to head off to bed now.
Yeah.
We're all knackered and it's Nanny Di's big day tomorrow.
It is.
And at the end of the day, we've got to keep our fingers crossed you make it.
Shut up. Oh.
Anyway, it's lovely to
silly
see
boy.
you. And
it's really nice to be back.
And obviously, we're vlogging away behind the scenes, so keep
and this
watching.
Is gorgeous. I'm
Xander, there you go. That's a hit.
That's
going
a
up to
real
bed
big
with Nanny
hit.
Di.
It's one of the nicest scarves
It is nice,
I've
isn't
ever
it?
seen.
You were sent one. You were sent another throw, weren't you? By
yeah, which I wear all the time.
You wear it all the time.
Yeah, no,
there you
no,
go. She's a great receiver of presents.
Thank you.
All right, guys, sleep tight. Lots of love. I'm going to go and watch the last episode of Ozark now.
Bye.